Group C, Poland 2, Saudi Arabia 0. With this result, Poland go to 4 points, and they go to top of Group C, temporarily at least, and they are the only team so far that has played 2 match days that has not yet conceded a single goal. And for all the criticism that their manager Minishkowitz gets and how they play very uninspiring football, it's working. It's been effective so far. Saudi Arabia, however, dominated this game in terms of the stats. 16 shots produced to Poland's 9, 5 on target to Poland's 3, 64% possession, which is not something I would have imagined from this match against Poland. Almost 300 more completed passes than Poland. So Poland approached this game very conservatively, even against opponents that I think on paper they're better than. They're still playing a very sort of like a pragmatic brand of football. Saudi Arabia played just about as well as you would expect them to, riding off of that high coming off that win against Argentina. Good for them. They kept up the same tempo, a little bit under pressure with the point to prove to show that that first win against Argentina was not a fluke. And I thought that they played a pretty good game. Their only issue was their finishing. They skied several efforts high into the stands. They were unlucky to not find the back of the net at all in this game. You also consider the mishap at the back in the 82nd minute that led to Poland getting their second of the night. That was really what undid Saudi Arabia in the end. I thought that Hervé Renard, I liked how he did not change very much compared to their first game. And they played very attack-minded and really progressive football. Again, just that final product, they just could not convert their opportunities, the ones that came their way. But then again, if Poland did not hit the post in the crossbar, and if Lewandowski did not miss his second chance, Poland could have ran roughshod in this game as well, and they could have had a few goals, and it could have been a more decisive victory. But I think for the most part, you really have to give it to Wojciech Szczesny, the veteran goalkeeper. He saved that penalty that Saudi had, an opportunity for Saudi to really, really announce themselves in this match. He came up big in this game, had a couple of other saves as well. And where Poland won this game was something that I had been weary of for Saudi Arabia's sake, which is I was very skeptical that Saudi Arabia would be able to match Poland's physicality because the way Poland are built, because of the style of football they play. You have guys on Saudi Arabia that are a bit smaller. I was worried about how they would perform in aerial positions, in defending set pieces, for example. And even though that was the case, they did not get outclassed in this match, and they really had a good few opportunities to grab 6 points here, to get a second win and go top of the table, and pretty much all but ensure a spot in the knockout round. But for Poland, you'll take this win despite not being a very convincing team so far. But this is a group full of convincing and unconvincing performances, and of the 4 teams of this group, they've done just enough to put themselves in an ideal position for the next round. And for Saudi Arabia, other than the few times they did challenge Szczesny, I would say that Hervé Renard, their manager, has to be happy with the overall performance, even if not the result itself was the one that they wanted. And with all due respect to Saudi Arabia, but for Poland, you have to do better than parking the bus during stretches of the game and letting Saudi Arabia do their thing. It's not very sustainable as a strategy going forward. Players need to find their tempo. They need to have the ball, passing, attacking. That would give Poland more security with the ball. But today, a lot of it was just long balls and the not very well played counters. The second goal, again, was a stupid mistake that Saudi made. and Szczesny really stepped up. So it's kind of like Poland's playing Stone Age football, but again, it's getting them the results they need. And they're on the cusp now of coming out of this group, advancing out of the group stages for the first time since 1982. Congratulations to Poland. Congratulations to Lewandowski. The Odyssey is over. He has finally scored for his country at the World Cup. You could see the expression on his face, what it meant to him. He was in tears. That's what the World Cup's all about. It's all about these great moments of emotion. Congratulations to Zielinski as well, who scored their first goal in the 39th minute, I believe. And, Poland, it's going to be very interesting how they set up against Argentina. I think Mniszkiewicz is going to stick to the course because it's what's worked so far. It's just a matter of containing Argentina, and if they lose, holding them back by as many goals as they can. I don't think Poland will be on the front foot in that game because there's no reason to. It's going to be really about Argentina breaking them down for the most part. Saudi Arabia, you're still in this. You're coming up against a very lackluster Mexican side who's struggling to score goals. The Green Falcons could, of course, make the knockout rounds as well.